moving on, we got USD Swiss. Okay, so very bearish, way below its moving average. It's just taking its time now. You know, it made its huge run downwards for last month, for July. Now it's just trickling up slowly to find its area of resistance. May or may not found it already. Actually, could be right here. Price likes to make zones below or above previous zones. So this was the zone that it was obviously headed to, but it might not make it to it. It might have just found its area. And actually, this makes a lot of sense here. So, because it actually is a whole level. So I know I say it a lot, but I mean it's very true. Price loves whole levels. So here's your 88 level. You can see price rejecting it, right? It hits this level and it's like, oh no, I think 88 is as high as we want to pay for this. So 84.2 is our low. So this is kind of our range here. So a little bit lower than this previous section here for the month, which makes sense. This is how this normally moves. It is getting pretty cheap though, like 84.2 for USD Swiss is very low. I don't remember it ever being this low one time back in August 2011. So I guess right here too. So okay, so a couple times in history, here and here, it's been around this price, but other than that, not often. So you are getting to like pretty lows of lows, but however, if this breaks, you know, like where we were just talking about at the 84.2 level, I mean the next one is way down here at 0.78. So yeah, USD Swiss is like historically low pretty much right now, but that doesn't mean it can't keep going lower, and I think it will. So I think the Swiss is just getting stronger and stronger, and the money is flowing into that currency. So yeah, price seems to be rejecting this zone. I would look for a short position here. I think there's enough signs here. Might wait for a few more though, but so you can see price coming into this zone. You can literally see the structure of price change from here to here. So comes up, higher high, higher high, hits this 88 level, and this moving average, this 4-hour moving average, which is perfect. You know, it's kind of acting as the perfect timing for resistance here. And then yeah, price, you got this bear candle out of this zone, comes back in, but it's smaller, much smaller. This price is lower than this one, breaks back out of this zone, comes up again, just touches this zone. Then you got a big bear candle out of this zone. Yeah, I would say you're probably pretty good to go now. You got set your stops above this zone, so then you're protected by this 88 level, you're protected by this moving average, you're protected by all these wicks that were lower than your stop loss if you're to use a stop loss here. I do think this is a pretty much great entry. This candle it's a 4-hour candle with 20 minutes left to close, and you can see it's printing a nice hammer candle right here. So this is your entry. I think I'm going to take this as well. So yeah, this is great. I think on the daily it came up, basically just kissed this zone, and now it's pulling back. So I feel really good about this entry here. I think there's a lot of things on your side. You got the lower highs, lower lows. You can see these, you know, took how many candles just to make it back up. Like basically in the time that from here to here was 2 candles, and you can see how far it moved down versus this, which is 5 candles and didn't even make it up as high, right? So you can see that the favoritism towards the bears is far greater than the bulls. So I think this is a great short right now, to be honest, with this candle closing the way it is. Yeah, I think if you look in these lower time frames, price is breaking this 30-minute. I mean, if you wanted to wait for a little bit more confirmation, wait for price to break this 30-minute moving average, come back up, create a lower low, or a lower high, sorry, and then yeah, you're good to go to enter there. But I think it's pretty good now. And that's most likely where I'm going to enter after I'm done doing this stream. So that is USD Swiss. I think you're pretty good to go to about 84.2 level at its normal monthly range. It's about 380 pips, I believe. That's what I have marked out here. 340, yeah. So it'll be probably about 380 by the time that averages out. So anywhere from 350 to 400, I think, is a pretty reasonable range. Just keep in mind you're gonna have this zone to go through, which is pretty significant. So yeah, if you get in on the trade now, just keep that in mind that you might not make it all the way down to 84.2. It might lose momentum once it hits this, or it might have all the momentum and it might just crush the zone. Totally possible. So yeah, that's my take on USD Swiss. I think it's a very good short now. I think just keep if you're using a stop loss, keep it above this zone here. This is the liquidity supply zone here, this 88 level. There's no doubt that price could push up higher, and to this 88 level before it pulls back down. I don't think it will. I think there's enough signs right now that it won't do that, but I mean it could. So I would just keep your stop. If you're using a stop loss, keep it above this area, right? Keep it. You don't want to get stopped out for literally, like, if price pushes up into this area more, closer to this 88 level, and then all that means is, guys, is that people want to sell it at a higher price, which makes sense. Like, if you took a position right now, if you shorted this right now and it went against you all the way up to 88, that's no reason to be mad or sad or scared, because all it is just getting a better price. If you think about it logically, if you were to sell this right now at 87.58 and price came all the way up to 8,800, like, if you're willing to sell it right here, why are you not willing to sell it at a higher price, right? Like, you would be stoked, right? But the reason that you're upset is because you're emotional and because you took the trade right now and then price went against you, then you're upset. But really, I would sell it here, I would sell it here, I would sell it here. Like, as long as everything else lines up, I mean, I would just sell more. I'd be stoked if price came up, right? It's kind of like if you were selling a house for $200,000 and someone offered you 250, you'd be like, yeah, like, I will take that. Like, I wanted 200, but sure, I'll take 250. So you can't be mad when price, actually goes more in your favor. It just doesn't benefit you right at this moment. But, long term, it'd be better to short this at a higher price. You'll make more money. So, and the higher the price, the more likely more people are to sell it, right? There's more people likely to sell this at 88 than there is right now. So if price goes up to 88, you're more likely to have a better entry and more of a momentum shift. So yeah, that's my take on USD Swiss. I think it's a good short now. I would jump on it, and I'm most likely going to after this stream.